Sports coverage in the National Football League brings us to upstate New York and Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Buffalo Bills. The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start, and off we go from Buffalo. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Shuck. Open man down the field, it's Olave.
Entering setting. Menu narration set to 100.
A nice throw from the 2nd-round pick. It'll get him a 1st down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Shaheed in motion. Throwing again, Shuck. Hit as he threw it, and the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Now Shuck on 3rd down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. They get 20 on the connection. 1st down, New Orleans. First carry now for Alvin Kamara. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 5. In motion goes Cooks. On 2nd down, it's Shuck. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think that's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. And now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go, and it is Shuck. That's to the end zone and batted away. It's incomplete. They wanted 6. They come away with nothing. And can
Enter. Menu narration set to 100.
connect on 4th down?
Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
On the ground, this is James Cook. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
To the air on 2nd down, here's Allen. Flushed to his right, and he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there, but now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. That pass play good for 22. 1st down, Buffalo. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. This one intercepted. Picked off by Demario Davis.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
This pass right side taken in by Cooks. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Throw right side to Olave. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
It'll be a run out of the gun with Kamara, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. Maxwell Hairston there to make the tackle. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Shuck. That is intercepted. Picked off by Matt Milano. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
2nd and 10. From the gun, throw here for Allen. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
To the air on 3rd down, here's Allen. This one complete to Palmer. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Bills first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
To throw once more, here's Allen. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Allen to throw again. Throw here down the field will fall incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dawson Knox. And it'll be 3rd down.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius, unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. Pass brought in by Samuel. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll try it now with Cook, and he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Taylor Rapp.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with their ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop, look off the safety, hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you got to gain that experience the hard way.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. Now inside the 25. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Big play there for the Bills. 37 yards. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Allen. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to 2. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and they can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
Throwing again is Allen. On the run to the right. And that one is incomplete and brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. One more time going up top with Allen. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. And he's into the end zone. For Josh Allen, a milestone there. TD pass number 200 of his career. Tyler Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Bills will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, they'll start out with Kamara. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Throwing on second down, Shuck. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
They go 5 receivers for third down and 4. To the air is Shuck. To the left side, into the hands of Olave. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. From the gun, it's Shuck. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. It's second down.
Yeah, and you can see the coach on the sideline just kind of shake his head. He's got to have a conversation with his quarterback to just make better decisions. I mean, that was almost his 3rd interception of the game. He's got to just take a deep breath. Don't continue to force throws into bad spots. Take what's there, find the open target, and maintain possession.
A gain of 16 yards. It's good for a Saints first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
To the air once more, Shuck. Flush to his right. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down. They'll run with a man from Marshall, Rasheen Ali. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Cole Bishop up to make the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Shuck to throw on second down. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
It's third down, and here is Shuck. It is brought in the end zone. Chris Olave. Touchdown, Saints. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass, results in the touchdown pass. But really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Big play there for the Bills. 32 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets.
Oh, the pressure gets there, and down he goes. Pete Werner getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Bills.
And while everyone's going to focus on the play downfield, this touchdown, Mike, it ultimately occurs because of the protection up front. They do a great job picking up the blitz, and with those extra few seconds, that's all the time he needs. Finds his man streaking downfield, open, and when great awareness meets great scheme, all you need is great execution.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Shuck looking to throw on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Shuck quick to Olave. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's third down and a few inches. They'll try and run for this with Kamara. And that is going to be good enough. He's got that first down. So conversion, and they move it to the 46-yard line.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on third and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
That's deep for Olave. That is caught. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. That is a big gainer for the Saints. It's a gain of 34. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. A run with Ali. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Second down, 8 yards to go. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. Forced out wide. That one knocked away. In the end zone, incomplete. What a good job locating the football by the defense where it matters most. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield, and now it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes Blake Groupie for this field goal try. No issues there. This one is good. And the Saints are back within 4 at 14-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
On the return, this is Strong. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
He gets this one to Moore. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. Now a signal, a timeout called. 9 seconds left to play in this 1st half. On 3rd and 1, it's Allen. Open man, right side. He's got it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Here's 1st and 10. Allen going to throw again. Down the field, he's got the hook up to Shakir. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 1st half of play. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the 2nd half in just a moment. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he works his way through an opening, up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. So, from the 37, here's second down and 2. Once again, it's Cook. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Allen going to throw on 1st and 10. That's taken in. It's James Cook.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's Allen. He'll be forced outright. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive lineman had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage. And I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet you he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
On 2nd down, it's Shuck. A throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. Catch number 7 so far in this one, and a first down. Olave is the motion man. Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open, so the incompletion brings up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Shuck gonna try again on 2nd and 10. In trouble, and he's gonna be taken down. Greg Russo. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's 3rd and long.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On 3rd and long, here's Shuck, and that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. That's Chase Young off the edge with the tackle. From the 41, here's 2nd down and 9. From the gun, Josh Allen. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
Moving outside the pocket, and he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there, but now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Allen. He's looking deep for Shakir. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. The Bills bringing on the punt team, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And this is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Shuck. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. And that is incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Throwing on 2nd down, Shuck. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 25. 13 yards on the catch there. 1st down, New Orleans. From the gun, it's Shuck. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
In motion is Hill. To the air once more, Shuck, moving to his right. He's gonna air this one out, looking for Hill. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
Olave is the motion man. Now Shuck on third down. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down. The Saints will punt this one away, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. First and 10, and it's Allen. That's taken in by Shakir, and they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive. Play action. It's Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now, and this one's good for a first down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And that'll be incomplete on what turns out to be the final play of this third quarter. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. To the air once more is Allen. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Khalil Shakir, the intended target. And it's going to be third down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Chase Young. He's in to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up fourth down. This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead. So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. Throw right side to Olave. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. And I think that's the sign of a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's already got 2 picks on the day, certainly doesn't want to throw a third, so good decision, just throw it away.
It's 3rd down, and here is Shuck. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll go, and here's Shuck. That's taken in.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the 1st down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle him short of the chains, force the turnover on downs.
Exiting the pocket right. He's going to run it. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A big one here in the 4th quarter. It's a gain of 34.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting 1st downs, but picking up big chunk plays. There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
Allen working from the pistol. That's over the middle to his tight end, Kincaid. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Allen on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Little miscommunication there, now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Here comes the all-pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Looking to throw. Here is Shuck. And that is caught on the right sideline, but it's out of bounds, says the official who was right there. Not the most accurate pass. It's incomplete, and it's 2nd down. Shuck. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. To the air is Shuck. Forced out to his right. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down. They'll indeed go, and it is Shuck. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. Allen, going to give it to Cook. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he'll take this one in. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Shaheed in motion. Here is Shuck on 1st and 10. That one downfield for Cooks. And that is incomplete.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down with the pick.
RPO, quick throw, grab by Wilson.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
From the gun on 3rd down, Shuck. A throw out wide. That is dropped. That could be a live football. The Bills signal that they have it, and they do.
That was a great play. By the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
They run out of the gun. It's Cook. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. 2nd and a yard. Here's Cook. Uh-oh. And he's in. James Cook, touchdown Bills. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Shaheed now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36. They'll give this to Kamara, running right. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
In trouble, and down he goes. That is Joey Bosa. Gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up 3rd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing is Shuck. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down. Throwing now is Rattler. He's going to look downfield once again. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
On 1st and 10, it's Cook. And he'll get about 5.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Here's a 3rd down and 4. On 3rd down, they go with Cook. They'll put him down right at the 20, but they'll also move the sticks. That is a 1st down picked up.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
So it's a win here for the Bills. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.